How's everyone doing? It's time for a reality check. First off, I'm tired of watching TV shows on different networks that talk about different things. Every single network you turn into has an agenda, and they all talk about what their opinion is. I try my hardest here to talk about what's true. I try to back up everything I have with facts. So I'm going to give you some facts tonight that I hope and pray will scare the hell out of you. Because if it doesn't, then you just don't care. First off, we're going to talk about how the United States is becoming a socialist country. Now, this isn't just something I'm spouting off the top of my head. I'm about to give you facts. Understand everything I say I can back up. This is not just an emotional plea or something off the top of my head. This is based on 100% fact. First off, originally, the title Tsar meant emperor. It was derived from Caesar. It was in the same European medieval sense of the term, that is, the ruler who claimed the rank of the of the Roman Empire. By the 19th century, it had become viewed as the equivalent of a king. A czar was the same as the equivalent of the king in the 19th century. The term czar became a term for Russian leaders for many years. The Soviet Union used czars to oversee the government control of many aspects of their country. Most things that a Soviet citizen did daily was controlled by a czar. President Obama, in his obvious attempt to make the United States a socialist country, has implemented the Soviet use of czars to run the country. Now, it took 300 years for the Romans to create 18 czars. President Obama has done it less than 100 days. The Constitution says that the people tells the state what they want, and then the states come together and tell the country what the people want. Well, today we've become a society where the government tells the states what they're to do, and then the states tells the people what they're to do. Instead of us being a country of the people, for the people, by the people, we become a country of the government that dictates to the states what they can and can't do, which dictates to the people what they can and can't do. We have lost our power as the citizens of the United States to do what we want. We are now controlled by our government instead of us controlling our government, which is the way our forefathers wanted us. They wanted us to control our government. Now we are controlled by our government. Now, Obama has appointed the following czars. I'm going to read this because I want to make sure I've got them right. The cyberspace czar, that controls what we do online. The technology czar, oversees technology. The drug czar, the copyright czar, the climate czar, the car czar, who now runs General Motors, the energy czar, the healthcare czar, to obviously look at ways to have socialized medicine in the United States, the weapons of mass destruction czar. I don't know what they're supposed to do, but we already know who has them. The education czar, the economic czar, the housing czar, and the mortgage czar. Why there's two? Who knows, but there are. The Guantanamo Bay czar, that's supposed to oversee the closing of Guantanamo Bay. So hopefully that'll be a short-lived position. At least that's what they say. The urban czar. Who knows what the urban czar is supposed to do? We also have a terrorism czar, a green czar, which apparently is supposed to oversee our use of green technology, which should be the same as, like the urban czar. They should be the same as the climate czar, but apparently they're different positions. We also now have, as of today, a payroll or salary czar. This is someone who's going to oversee companies, and they're going to tell companies what they can and can't have as far as salaries. They're going to dictate what salaries our leaders of our companies can have. Now, can you actually know this and not understand that we're a socialist country being run by a socialist government? Well, what can you do? Well, I've said many times before to get a hold of your congressmen and your senators. Not a lot of people do it, and I'm not just talking about the party you belong to. If you're a Democrat, don't just get a hold of your Democratic leaders. If you're a Republican, don't just get a hold of your Republican leaders. Get a hold of all of them and say, you know something, we're the United States. Don't do this to us. We're a country of the people, for the people, and by the people, and we have to make sure they don't forget it. I don't need a salary czar telling people how much money they can make. Because what's next after that? Do they tell me, as just a manager of a business, how much money I can make? Do they tell everybody what they can and can't do with their money? Well, that's really up to us to decide. It's up to you to decide. Let's just see if you can do it.